So hey guys, working on the cutlass today a little bit. Got like I said, we're gonna start with the cheapest stuff. I've been going back and forth. I don't know what I'm doing. I was gonna keep this engine, then I was gonna get rid of the engine, and then I was gonna keep the engine, and now I don't know. Because I've been, peer pressure. I'll call it peer pressure. The boys wanna see an LS in this car, I guess, for lack of a better term. Mosquitoes are driving me crazy. We have gotten ridiculous amounts of rain, and anyway, so I started to tackle the wiring a little bit because it's kind of jumbled up. So I fixed this, and you guys remember it was just sitting here with electrical tape on it. So I made the connection straight, I soldered it, and I put some heat shrink over it, and so that's good. And I rerouted this green wire to this coolant sensor through the bracket and here, because it was under the bracket and it was real taut. And so did that. I got a new cable here, and these cables on this engine are supposed to be connected down here somewhere. There's supposed to be a stud on the side of the engine that you connect it to, and it is, I think I see it, it's way low. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to connect the negative cable down to where it's supposed to be connected to. Going to replace this wire here. This wire goes to the positive cable, and that is, where did I set it? Right, no, that's negative. Right. I just had it in my hand. Oh well, it's around here. There it is. So the positive cable is a mess, as you can see. So I got a new cable and new battery mounts, and this wire goes from here to the back of the alternator here. So I'm gonna go get a new wire for this. Oops. And yeah, I got some new stuff over here I picked up. Picked this up from the AutoZone. Hopefully it works okay. Not a real big fan of aftermarket battery cables, but trying to keep it cheap. And I bought the cables. Well, I bought that cable as a 79 Firebird because I'm trying to get this motor to work as if it were in a Firebird, because trying to hook it up as an 83 Cutlass doesn't work. Plus this engine wasn't available in an 83 Cutlass, so that's kind of how I'm having to order parts. When they ask what to make and model, I tell them 79 Firebird. Just keeps the guessing out of it. We have to redo some ground wires. There's one ground wire attached to the back of the engine, and my GM guru guy, and I'm telling you, I gotta have help on this stuff, because I'm not a GM guy. I'm not gonna even pretend to be a GM guy. So you want to flambaste me in the comments with stuff, that's fine, I don't care. I'm a Mopar guy. That's why I drive a Dodge Charger. And the Mopar all day long, but these GMs are a little different, and the little differences are what I need help with. So he's gonna come over tomorrow and show me where everything's supposed to be ground to and wired to, because he has built a few of these cars in his day. My brother-in-law, actually, but I call him my GM guru. When I'm having an issue with a GM car, he can rattle it off the top of his head. He's that damn good with these cars. So I'm gonna ask him too about this TV cable situation. I'm thinking the bracket didn't fit because of this block off on this intake, so that's why they didn't hook it up. So I see if I can figure that out as well. definitely need that TV cable hooked up, and hopefully the trans isn't, messed up because of it. Still have to do the shift kit, but I want to see how it reacts with that TV cable first. Then I'll do the shift kit. If the trans is okay. Trans isn't okay, then I have access to another TH350, but it's a long tail, so I don't know if I can use it I think I'm going to have to shorten the drive shaft to do that, so I'm probably going to pass on that. But yeah, so I went and got 65 inches of wire for our positive cable, because apparently AutoZone only sells negative. And I got some new battery cable hookups, a side post, and some lugs for the starter side. Hopefully these are big enough. Total guess, 3/8 inch. I'm hoping they are big enough, but I'm going to set these in the car for now because it's supposed to rain today and I still have to go to work, so probably do this over the weekend. It's supposed to be real nice this weekend. Once I can get this engine running really good, like not missing, and charging the battery and everything correctly, like I'm going to have to get a new battery. Then we'll move on to probably that TV cable. I need to do power steering. The gearbox down here is leaking like hell, so we need to take that off. I found a place that'll rebuild it for $150, so I might do that instead of buying a reman, because I think the only thing wrong with that is it's just got a bad seal. That's why it's leaking. So I'd rather just take that one off, send it out, have them build it, bring it back. It'll go right back on the car. I ain't gotta mess around. Probably run some new power steering lines while I'm at it. All the rubber under here and all the rubber lines, all the vacuum lines, stuff like that. I'm replacing all of it. Replacing all of it. Once the car is running and can move under its own power a little bit better, because make no mistake, this car moves really good under its own power right now, but it's I'd like it to be a little bit of a smoother transition, if you know what I mean. And then we'll start getting into the body and the interior. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I just want to see how healthy this motor really is. So I'm going to do some cheap stuff to it, try to see if I can get it to run good. If it can run good, then we'll work on other things. Thinking about swapping this carburetor out though for a electric choke carb. This is a manual choke carb, the 1406. And I'd rather have, it's a 600 CFM. It's a good carburetor. It's a really good carburetor. Just needs a choke. Either that, or I might go ahead and retrofit because they make kits. Might be cheaper to actually just retrofit a choke onto this carburetor. Still have to figure out what is going on with the linkage though, because really need that TV cable hooked up to these turbo hydramatics. So yeah, we're gonna make the wires, we're gonna get that going, and then we'll start getting going on this car a little bit here and there. It's not gonna be wham bam thing, but I'm gonna do a little of this, a little of that. What I can afford. I don't get monetized by YouTube or anything. I don't have a parts car laying around, so I gotta buy as cheap as possible. I was watching a guy, Classics and Clunkers. It's a newer channel, and he's restoring a Dodge Aspen RT right now. Really good channel. You guys should check him out. He's definitely inspiring me to get on my Oldsmobile here. This car's been sitting in my driveway for 4 months now. I ain't done a damn thing to it. So, yep. So go check him out. Aspen RT is a really sweet car. Like I said, I'm a Mopar kid from way back. I've owned Aspens. I had a 77 Volare, was actually my first car. A green 4-door with a slant 6. And then I had a 1980 Dodge Aspen SE wagon with a slant 6. It was silver and wood grain. Really neat cars. They're F-body cars. They replaced the A bodies, the darts, and stuff like that. Dodge Dart and Plymouth Valiant. And then in the 80s, they evolved into the M bodies, which is Chrysler Fifth Avenue and Dodge Diplomats. But actually, the cabins of the M bodies are completely interchangeable with F body car. Like the doors line up, everything lines up. But anyways, that's it. That's just a sweet little video. This is what we're doing. We're starting with the wires. I need to get the wires. I gotta hit a store and see if I can find this gauge wire for the alternator. And Monday, Monday we're gonna go up and see if I can find a used tire. Cause this tire just goes flat after a day. I air it up and 24 hours later it's flat as a bone again. So, oh yeah, the chrome pieces that were on here, the trim rings and the center caps, I put those away till I was done. Because I'm gonna yank these wheels off eventually, and I'm gonna grind them down, and we're gonna paint them, put them back on the car. Yeah, once it's running and driving and moving, I'm probably gonna pour 15 a bunch of stuff, and because this being a northern car, she's in good shape for the shape she's in, but she is still a little on the crusty side. But what do you expect? I mean, it's 40 years old, right? So we'll get her going, and then once we get all that done, we'll do exhaust and all that, because it needs it. Manifolds leak crazy, especially on the passenger side. So, but yeah, I got a guy. So my brother-in-law will come over, and I'm just rambling now. But yeah, he's gonna come over and help me and point me in the right direction, because I wanted a cutlass since I was a kid, but I grew up in a Mopar family, so GM cars weren't really around, I guess you'd say. Everybody drove, particularly Plymouths. My dad had a thing for Plymouths, which you can't even buy anymore. He's a Ford guy now. He drives Ford trucks. But, yeah, so... But yeah, he really liked Plymouths when I was a kid. So we had Reliance, and we had a couple of Plymouth Furies and a Plymouth Satellite, and he really, really liked Plymouths. And then we had a Chrysler LeBaron that he really liked, that we had for a little while on K-Car LeBarons. So yeah, he really liked the Plymouth end of things, although we did have quite a few Dodges as well. Especially K-Cars, man. We had so many Reliance and Dodge Aries when I was a kid, man. They'd buy one, break it, it'd rust out or something, because the salt up here is horrible. And back in the 80s, man, didn't take long. 3-4 years, especially them Chryslers, they would just rot out. Get rid of it, go get another one. Just what they did. So, alright guys, I'll call it we'll call it a video. Here's the lovely Dodge Charger, and Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.